Alright guys, what's up? JoeyKong94 here today, and today I'm going to be comparing the Stroud folding survival knife versus the Grylls folding survival knife. I don't have specs on these, maybe I'll get them later, maybe I'll put them on the screen, if not just look them up on Amazon or Google. But yeah, so I know this is a 440 C steel with a titanium finish or something like that on it. It does feature a full fine edge drop point blade and has a fire starter, which mine snapped on me, unfortunately. Sorry if you can hear my grandpa blowing leaves in the background. I'm over here helping him do yard work today because I have the day off. And then the Grylls, it's a rubberized handle, by the way, with a pocket clip, obviously. And then the Grylls is I'm not sure what steel it is, but it's a half harshly serrated blade, lock back, as opposed to the Stroud version, which is a liner lock, which is like that. I prefer liner locks over lock backs just because it's easier to open and close with one hand. Lock backs kind of have to swing it closed like that and then bring it around. You know, you can open it and go like that, swing it around. The lock back, you can just open it and then close it like that. It's a lot quicker. But yeah, we're just gonna be, you know, doing some feather sticking or whatever, something like that. I will do a video on the big full-size fixed blade survival knife Stroud versus Grylls in the future. I had the Stroud, I don't have the Grylls, otherwise I would do that now too. But yeah, let's just see how this does. So we'll do the Stroud first. And these have both been resharpened from their factory edge. So it's feather sticking pretty good. If you don't know what feather sticking is, it's basically doing that. You kind of carve little sticks like that, and they look like feathers, and what that's used for is you take it like that, and when you light your fire, you put those on top of it, and it'll catch those, and make it easier. And you can also go like that, and then break it off, and just put that in there like that. But yeah, let me take off these little offshoots. I'll say that from just aesthetic standpoint, like not really performance, but just style, I like the Strouds better because I like fully fine edge blades better than the serrations because they're a pain in the ass to sharpen. And this one comes with a fire striker, which you can still, it's hard, but you can get a spark off it. I'm not going to do it too much, I don't want to dull my blade. And it does have a little notch right here that's meant for putting the striker on. And I didn't, you know, abuse it. I didn't bang on it or anything weird. It just snapped one day on me. So yeah, let's see how the Grylls knife does. And again, these have both been resharpened since I got them. This one's doing an okay job. It's not as good. I think the Stroud's doing a better job. But you be the judge. That's the Grylls and that's the Stroud. These are obviously bigger feather sticks, which means they'll light better than these little smaller ones. But sometimes you want to do little small ones like this. You can also break these chunks off and just throw them in the fire like that. Anyways, as far as feather sticking goes, I think the Stroud's gonna win. I'll be right back. I'm gonna try to think of more things I can do with these since they're folders and I can't. I can chop trees down with them. See you guys in a second. Continuing, obviously you can tell from the title of the video, the Stroud folder versus the Grylls folder. So we're gonna do some paper cut tests, some cardboard cut tests, some rope cut tests, and yeah. So I already have it in my right hand or whatever. I'm gonna start off with the Grylls. And start off cutting cardboard. So let me get a little closer for you guys. So I will say I am struggling a bit. Let me try to cut down. And you guys can obviously see that I'm struggling a little bit to do this. And I don't know if I mentioned it in the first video, but these knives have both been sharpened and stropped on the work sharp, or sharpened on the work sharp and stropped on the strap here. I don't know what brand this is. If you guys want me to do a video more about stropping, let me know. So yeah, I guess we'll do the Les Stroud on cardboard. By the way, I got the full size Les Stroud and Bear Grylls knife right now. I'm gonna, after this video, I'm gonna do the same demonstrations with them, and then maybe this weekend or whenever point I get a chance where I can go outside again during the day, because I work from 1 to 6 this week. So by the time I get home, it's usually too dark to go outside and do anything. I'll get some wood, do some batoning and stuff on that because they're fixed blades. But anyways, continuing with the Les Stroud knife. And this is a test on the cardboard. Now, it honestly might be just the way I'm cutting the cardboard. Fuck. But neither of these knives, honestly, are doing that great of a job. And these haven't been touched up or sharpened or stropped or anything since yesterday cutting that wood. But, I will say that if I had to choose between the two, as far as how they're performing on this cardboard, I think I'd have to give it to Les Stroud. It's just cutting through easier. So, continuing with the paper cut test, and I'll bring you down the table when I do the part of the test for the rope. So as you can see, it looks like it's getting stuck up here a little bit, and if I look at the blade, I don't see any. Well, I guess there's a little nick up here. Very small. See, if I had the other new camera, I'd probably be able to show you that better. Because even if I try to show you with the front camera on my phone, or the back camera on my phone, it's not going to be able to show you enough detail. So, I mean, obviously it's sharp, and it's doing its job. But, yeah, it's not the greatest. Let's try the Bear Grylls. Now, I guess this isn't the greatest comparison since these have been both resharpened. I could have just did a better job sharpening one or the other. But, yeah. You guys can probably tell the Les Stroud is doing better in this paper cut test. Now, it's kind of hard because this is partially serrated, so if I do a full cut test like that, it's not going to really, I mean, I guess it will, but I don't know, it's kind of hard, and plus these serrations are a little bit, they used to be more, I'll probably show you from this side. See how they're sticking up just a little bit right there? They used to be more, I ground these down a bit on the work sharp. In fact, I showed you guys on the other, I have another one of these knives that I got from a guy at work that gave it to me that didn't want it, that I completely took the serrations off and I made it a completely fine edge knife. Let's try to do a push cut with one of the serrations. Oh, I guess it's not happening. So again, I guess I have to give the paper cut test to the Les Stroud knife. Now this here is where the big debate of serrations make it easier to cut rope. I guess this will somewhat either prove that to be true or false with this test here. Now first I'm going to just take the rope kind of and hold it in a loop like that and just cut it, and then I'll put it on the table and kind of, well, you'll see what I mean. But let me pause this for a second while I figure out how to untangle this without cutting it if I don't have to. Even though I know I'm going to cut it later, but I don't want to cut it the wrong way. But yeah, so just give me a second. Alright guys, so that's pretty much all the tests I can really think of right now, because I don't have a whole lot of things I can do with a folding knife, just because of the fact that you're not supposed to take a folding knife and bang it with a stick and beat it into a tree and chop a tree down. It's just not meant for it. It's just gonna, especially this lockback, it will just break it. Basically, a lockback is, there is a thing in there, like a thing in the back of the knife. There's an indent basically, and then the lock is like this. This is the indent, and the lock goes like that. So when it's engaged, it's like that. And when you push the little thing on the back of it, it lets it go, and then lets the knife open, or close, I mean. So the bead on the lock back is just gonna break it. As far as play goes, there's very, very little side-to-side play with this one, and just slight up and down play with the Stroud. There's, again, very little side-to-side, and just hair up and down play. But this is a liner lock, by the way, which is basically when the knife is open, this liner thing here goes in the way, and then when you move it, lets it close. And this also has steel liners inside, or metal liners at least. The Bear Grylls, honestly, I can't tell. No, the Bear Grylls does not. So this is technically a stronger knife, but I don't think this one's gonna break on you. But anyways, by the way, this is the original Bear Grylls folder scout knife. I know they have the newer one, Scout 2.0, and I've heard it's a piece of shit. It looks cool, and I think it's assisted, if I remember right, but I've seen multiple reviews, and they say it sucks. So I would suggest staying away from it. So if I had to pick between one of these to go out and survive with, it'd be the Stroud. One, because it performs better, in my opinion. It's more comfortable in my hand because it's a little bit fatter. I mean, the Bear Grylls, don't get me wrong, it's a very comfortable knife. That rubberized grip is very grippy and very soft, and you can have your hands wet and it won't slip out of your hands. The jimping is good on it, the ergonomics are nice, it fits in my hand well. But the Stroud, I just think, is a little bit better feel, though the thumb or pocket clip does create a little bit of a hot spot in the middle of your hand there, and the padding is wearing off of it. And you know, I almost will say, actually, now that I second thought, the Stroud or the Bear Grylls is a little bit more comfortable at first, but I just think this is a better knife because, again, it's performing better, and it comes with, though mine broke, the fire striker. So this way you have a knife and a way to make fire, which is key in survival. And it would have been cool, it could have probably even added a, you know, a little bit of a whistle feature there, maybe. But yeah, like I said, two of your biggest concerns in survival is, you know, obviously the main ones are obviously, you know, food, water, shelter, rescue, stay away from danger. But two big things in survival is a way to cut something, because you can use that to make shelters, to make spears and trap stuff to catch food, to hunt with, to cut things with, whatever. And fire can be used to cook with, to clean with the, you know, if you take the ashes from a fire or charcoal or whatever, it can be used as a filter. There's millions of different uses you can use for fire. You can sometimes, in some situations, as long as it's not raining, even if it's raining, in some situations, in most situations, if it's raining, you want to have a shelter first. But some situations where it's not going to be raining or whatever, a fire is more important than a shelter in some situations. There's sometimes where you just make a long fire, which basically would be a fire where instead of just having a little circle, it would go long and go the whole length of your body. And that could do better than having a shelter in some situations, as long as you have like a nice bed of boughs or leaves or something to sit on, so you're not getting the cold or the heat sucked out of you through the ground. Sometimes it's better to make, I mean, honestly, most situations it's better to make a bed to lay on first, then make the roof, because you lose more heat through the ground. So obviously this will give you a way to cut stuff and to make fire, which the Bear Grylls is not. And it's also not carbon steel, so you can't, as far as I know, take a type of rock and smack sparks off of it. You might be able to, but probably not. So again, my opinion, if I had to take one, would be the Stroud, though the Bear Grylls original scout knife is still an awesome option. I think this goes for about $20, and this goes for about $15 to $20, maybe $30. This is anywhere from $20 to $30, and this is anywhere from $15 to $20 or $30 maybe, depending on where you look. But yeah, great knives. I hope you guys like this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and don't forget to check out the review and comparison on the fixed blades when that comes out soon. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Joycon94 out.